Now you, at some point you decided that this was going to be your home. And tell us about how you managed, because everybody, if you haven't read the book, they're probably sitting there thinking, how the hell do you get away from the KGB?
Yeah, I resigned.
You had a pretty interesting little trick that you used. I'm surprised you put it in the book.
I think I should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Not only did I resign from the KGB and I got away with it, but I also resigned in secret writing. I wrote him a letter in secret writing. When they called me back, I said, I can't come. I have AIDS.
It's 1988.
1988. I had contracted AIDS, and to make it credible, I traced it back to an individual, a young lady that I told him previously that I had, I had some interaction with, whose ex-boyfriend was a drug addict. So, and I said, well, the only place where I could possibly get treatment is here. Well, I also knew that in those days, AIDS was pretty much a death sentence, and the Soviets were deathly afraid. So this is the last thing they wanted to have somebody back in their country, somebody with a deadly disease. So they wrote me off as a stranded agent who would be dead in a couple of months. And they told my German family that I died. And they gave them the money that was saved. It was about $60,000, a fortune in the East in those days. And an interesting twist of how things evolve over time. I had a son in Germany whom I deserted. He just bought a house about a year ago, and a significant part of the down payment was the KGB money.
I'll be done. Now, how is it that they didn't notice that you didn't die in 2 months?
They didn't bother to check.
Really?
All right, and I had phenomenal credibility, because when I screwed up, I admitted it. I was very forthright up front with it. And the one thing when it comes to undercover work, it's based on trust. If there's no trust, if I can't trust them, I won't do it. If they can't trust me, they won't send me. Because if anybody has ever watched The Americans, there's a handler who is sitting here in the United States who's meeting with the agents. No way, never happens. Somebody like me, even just checking on me would have been dangerous to my very existence, because the operatives here in the country were known and were watched. So for instance, I knew for sure that they're not checking on me because I committed 2 deathly sins in the context of undercover work. I actually married a young lady from South America to make her legal. I did. So she needed a husband, she needed a green card, and I had an affair with her, and I said, okay, let me try. So yeah, I married her, went to the INS, she got a green card, she became a citizen. The Russians never knew about it. They did not check on me, I knew that. So that's what gave me some certainty that I'd be able to get away with it. Not 100%, and it was about 3-4 months of tension where I would go zigzag to work and make sure that I changed time and location so I'm not predictable. Because I knew the Russians didn't, in the past they had a history of not dealing very kindly.
Do you think 10 or 15 years earlier they'd have been more diligent?
Oh, they would have come after me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because we all know how that story went, from 88 to 90.
Yeah, and in 91...
so some serendipity there, certainly.
Yes, there was. I didn't know that, so I didn't know that the wall would come down a year after.
What did you think when you watched all that?
And at that point, I was a distant observer. I said, wow, interesting. But, that wasn't my country anymore. I was here, I had sort of withdrawn from the international scene. I was going to live my life out as a middle-class American, with the American dream, house in the country, a couple of kids. And I knew, since my passport application failed, I didn't want to get close to the State Department again, so I knew I would other than Canada in those days, I wouldn't go anyplace else. So I wouldn't go back to Germany. It was none of my business. I was just, you know, surprised. Now, interestingly enough, when you talk about making this country a home, it wasn't a home yet. It was sort of a place where I could stay and be and operate. But slowly over time it became a home, and the internet had a lot to do with it. My ability to do research. What happened in East Germany? What happened with the Soviet Union? And so slowly but surely I understood my entire ideological underpinning, which I sort of hadn't gotten rid of. You know, socialism at least, just crumbled under me. So I had to change. I changed completely, and it had a lot to do with my ability to access information on the web.